Hi everyone. Well, it's been a while since I've made a video, but I was having a little bit of a play with some freebies that Amanda Charlesworth from scrimpingmommy.com or Scrimping Mommy on YouTube, Facebook. I think she has an Instagram. I think she's on Pinterest. But on her group, if you haven't been over there, go over there and join it because she has lovely little giveaways, and she's actually started it's called Ko-fi, Ko-fi, I think. It's a new shop, and over there she also has digitals and some for purchase. So, but this was a giveaway that she did on her Facebook page, and she does them in a JPEG, she does them in a PDF file, and yeah, I think those are the ones she does them in. So anyway, this is what I did with it. So I don't have the papers printed out that is on there, but if you go and look and join her group, you'll quickly get the gist of it. So this is what I made, and someone on that group asked me if I could possibly do a video, a tutorial. So this is just going to be real short, just sort of a this is how I did it type of thing. And yeah, so this is going to be a little pocket. So there's a pocket, 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 and then the back I left blank because when it goes into the page, then there's going to be tags, which of course I don't have sitting on my desk. Then when you put it into the page, then you can slip these pockets in. So yeah, it was a really great little kit, and she has a video of what she did, but other people share what they did too. And not just this, she has a lot. So go check it out because it's a challenge that we're doing, and she's giving 12 weeks of giveaways, so that's kind of fun. And this was the kit for this week, and she has a kit from last week, and I've also done a project out of that to stay up with the challenge. So basically what I did was I took the full sheet, which was like this. So I took the full sheet and I printed it out on cardstock. I printed this one first, and then I wanted something a little sturdier, so I printed it out on cardstock. Oh, and by the way, these are digitals. So I have a printer that just is awesome, and I can print out digitals. So I started out with this, and if you can see, the first one I cut a little different, and then when I cut this one, I was like, ooh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. So I cut, well, I guess I cut like this, if you can see. So I cut this, and then there was a little end piece over here, and then in the kit, oh, I do have the papers. So this was the tag from the kit, and here's some more of the little embellishments. Yeah. And this was one of these big tags, and so I wanted to use this in the stacking of this. So cut your pieces, and then when I did it at first, I cut, as you can see, for more of the Christmas to be seen, and then I layered the other edge somewhere else, but that's okay because it's still gonna look good. So here is what I cut. So 7.5, which the paper trimmed down ended up being 7.5. So I used the width of the paper, and you can cut it down smaller and not as wide if you want, make a mini one. And by 3 3/4, and I cut 2. So there's my quantity of 2, and there's my first stack. And I didn't really do a whole lot of measuring the first time, I just cut it. Yeah. I do usually measure a lot, but it's just, I didn't feel like I needed to. Then I took the tag, and then that was cut by 6 1/4 by 2 7/8. And this one, I just trimmed off this side of the tag because I wanted to get the berries in there, the berry bush. Then that one's going to be layered there. And then I cut this one 7 1/2 by 2 7/8, and that gets layered on the top. So let me move this one out of the way. So what I did was I just took, to get this, let me start here. I took this, I didn't really measure it. Let's see, it looks like 3 1/4, and I left, you know, maybe a 1/2 inch up top. I just put it into my trimmer, and I kind of went, that looks good. Zip, done. Or you can cut it with scissors. You can measure it out and put a line on the back and use scissors. You don't need a cutting board. So then these are my first stack, my first pocket. Then to get the angles, I took the one I've already done. Like I said, I didn't really measure, but I just took it, lined it up to the edge, and then just took my scissors, which, yeah, are also missing. And I just took my scissors and snipped that edge. Good enough for me. And then again with this one, the long one, so now I have my first pocket, second pocket. This is going to be my third, which again needs to be cut according to the length and angle of this one. And same thing, I just lined it up and snipped it. And then I layered the papers, and of course glued here, here, and here for the first one. I inked my edges first. I always ink, as you can see. I like the inked edges. I ink everything. And I inked all of my edges first, everything, and then I layered them and glued from, actually I glued this little part down too, from here to here to here to here. And this one, when I layered it, I glued top, down the side, and down here, but leave this open because that's where your little tags are going to go in. And I believe, yeah, I secured that too. So everything but this little edge. And then I took my fourth one, I guess it would be. And again, I inked all the edges, and glued all of the edges except for this one. Now, what I did not do on the first one, but I'm going to do on the second one, because I'm working on some little mini Christmas journals, is I did not put like little finger holes in them. And so I'm just going to line up from here to here. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to measure, and I just wanted to put like a little finger edge in there. And I'm going to do the same for this one. And of course, all this would be done before inking and before gluing. And I intended to do it on the first one, but sometimes you get so excited, I'm sure others can relate, you get so excited about doing a project, you kind of forget what you wanted to do. And you just want to get it started and get it going. So once this is all lined up, you might have to trim a little bit, but once this is all lined up, you have this. And then of course I used the little girl. I had a doily that was coffee dyed, and I used the little girl from the kit, and I had some other little embellishments that I put in. And then for this one, I wanted sort of like a little tag writing journal spot. So this measures 6 by 6.5, just for measurements for you. But I don't measure. I didn't measure. I just was like, okay, yep, that looks good. And then, of course, I used the little bird that was on there, and they can write their own little sentiment in there. And then I used, this came from the kit. So that was going to be one of my little journaling tags. And when I printed them out, I print out backgrounds. So when I cut them, and I'm going to use these tags for journaling, I just don't like this dark white look on most things. So I try to print the background, which Amanda has also generously gifted us. And if you go to her Facebook page, on her I think it's up at the top, and it'll say downloads or something, where files. I think it's files. And you'll find a lot of freebies. Well, I think it was her, but I know she just shared a couple new backgrounds. And I think she was the one that gave us some coffee dyed backgrounds, and so you can just go and dye your backs before. So you just print out your first page if you're not familiar with printing, and then on my computer everything comes out this way. I would just turn it this way, and then I would get my coffee dye on the back. So I have this little tag here. This one I got from a free resource on Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest, they have tons of free resources for tags and stuff. So I don't believe you can resell them, obviously, but you can use them in your own journals for sale. Like, I could sell this in the journal with these pieces. I just can't reproduce these. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Don't take my word for it, though. And then this one I think I wanted here. Again, these came from, I believe these came from a digital kit that I purchased off of Etsy. And this one as well. And then you have your little pocket. And then you can put a couple little tags here, and you pop that into a journal page. And then obviously when you have your book, you're going to pop it into the right side, because if you're going to do this, you're going to want these to come out. Or you can just do another, if it's a short page, which in some of my journals it ended up being a short page, and my tags would stick out a little bit too far. The little one didn't, but the bigger ones, they were out too far, so they'd be this far out of the little book that I'm doing. But you could always take another piece of paper and then make this a little journal spot that just comes out, and then it would fit nicely in your page. So yeah, it was fun to do, and I love this challenge because I'm really into Christmas right now, because of course you all know I've got shows coming up. And so I'm really into all these challenges and things I can make. I'll have to show you the other one that she gave us, and I actually, hang on a second. This is one of the little books I'm making, and it's upside down. And she gave us, let's see if I can find, yes. So she gave us this other digital kit that I ended up kind of doing the same little pocket type theme and cutting some things out. And this I just put in here. You can put a paper in there, a tag, and yeah, so she gave us that, and it worked so well with the theme I already have going on. So, I hope you enjoyed this. If you're not into junk journaling, or you want to get into it, it's an easy process. And Amanda has tons of tutorials. I'm not very good at doing the tutorials, at least not yet. I don't know. But I sure do enjoy watching her and getting ideas. And then from other people, obviously, I have other resources. And but yeah, thanks Amanda for sharing. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And to the ladies that were asking me on Amanda's group for measurements and a tutorial on how I did it, I hope this was helpful. And I'm going to set that right there. And that was my first two. My second one I used out of the tag, and my third one I used from the paper. Okay, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks.